Hello everyone, I'm Juliet Samuel and welcome to Beauty Business Blueprint. So many of you as beauty professionals are creating your craft, you're learning about containers to package your products in, you're learning about labels, you're learning about ingredients, but are you really learning how to sell your product? If you're stuck in the creator mode of creating blends and creating your butters and creating all of those things that help you build your product line, that could be what's keeping you stuck. And if it is, it's definitely keeping you broke. So in order to come from under that umbrella of creating, it's time for you to learn how to move your products into the mode of selling, and more importantly, it's time for you to take the next step or the leap of faith and learn how to actually sell your products online. How do I know? Because I made that mistake. I created products, I brought in sample containers, and I've still got some of those containers tucked away. And the reason I didn't toss them is because I wanted them to remain as an example of everything I'd gone through, everything I'd brought in thinking this container would work, this container would work, another one a different size, a different color maybe. But it wasn't about the containers or the ingredient or the scent. While all of those are important, it became more about me and my mindset of becoming the business person, finding balance on the business side so that it evened out what I knew from the creator side. It's not because you aren't talented. You are extremely talented. You have taken everything that you know and you've put together a small line of products, whether it's one product, two products, or three products. And for your information, the smaller your line when you begin, the better. Because the more you have that you're trying to keep up with, the more chaos and confusion may come into your environment, which puts you in a space of procrastination, and we don't want to see that happen. The good news about finding balance with your business side and your craft side is that once you understand that that's the mistake you've been making, you literally can begin to move yourself from broke creator to a business person creator that's now beginning to earn revenue with your business. We attended a workshop once. It was a marketing workshop back in 2005. And the host of this conference, one of the points he made was business is a learnable skill. And he's right. Business is a learnable skill, but you have to decide you want to understand the business that you're creating, moving it from the hobby craft side into the side of making money. The mistakes that you make in the creator mode is you keep saying to yourself, if I create one more scent, then the product will take off. If I just make my product prettier, the product will take off. If I change the label, then the product will begin to sell. And while all of those things will come into play when it comes to creating your brand, and we'll talk about that later in other videos, what's more important is asking questions like, who is my product for? Is it going to service someone with mature skin? Is it going to service someone with acneic skin? Is it going to be a product that helps with thinning edges or dry skin, dry scalp. Who is my product for? The next question you want to ask yourself is, how will they find me online? When you move into the online space, there are so many moving parts. Even if you decide, oh, I'm going social, I don't need a website, I'm just going to put my products on social media. I'm going to sell through TikTok, I'm going to sell through Facebook, I'm going to sell through Instagram. All of those are tools that you can use, but there are small things that need to be dealt with when it comes to trying to set yourself up, even in those environments. But one of the main things that you might want to keep in mind is that those platforms do not belong to you. An algorithm change, site goes down, and yes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they all have their challenges. And another important thing, when you are on those platforms, they control your audience. Whereas if you have your own website, you control your audience because you've got them in front of you and you will be able to communicate with them anytime you want, asking questions, getting feedback. You'll be talking to them as though they're sitting in front of you, and you can do it at any time. That becomes the important interchange that you want to have with your client. So asking yourself, how will they find me online? Social's fine, but it's better if they find you with your own website. And then your marketing becomes crucial to get them there. You'll use social to get their attention, and then you'll offer them a little free something so that you can get them onto your mailing list and be able to communicate with them anytime you feel like it. Another question that you might want to ask yourself is, why would they choose my product over someone else's? It's important to understand that there are thousands of businesses online, if not millions at this point. And the way you communicate with the people that you want to speak to will be so very important. Your wording, how you phrase things, your exchange of energy even comes through in your videos and in the way you present your product. So when you are giving them information about the products and your sincerity shows through, your sincerity as well as the product actually working, that's why someone would choose your product over someone else's product. There are so many examples. You've got your Ultas and your Sephoras and your department stores and other businesses online. They all sell beauty products just as you do. There are other estheticians and aromatherapists and handmade beauty artisans that all sell products just as you do. But the exchange of energy, your sincerity, the way you speak to your product, the ingredients, all of that plays a role. Even your voice. Someone resonates with your voice. Someone resonates with the way you describe and talk about your products. This is the beginning of what separates you and how someone would really resonate with you and your product and choose you over another product. The important thing though is that your product is providing a solution to their problem. When I first started, I stayed in creator mode. And I lived in creator mode because that's what I resonated with. I was an aromatherapist before I was an esthetician. I was making products before I put all of those different components together as a person. And when I would sit down and begin to create my different blends, I was in my space, the tech side, Either someone else did it, I understood it a little bit, but for the most part, we outsourced that because I didn't want to be responsible for building a website. That was time consuming. That was not my forte. The marketing component, my husband and my son handled that. So I didn't have to think about that. But here's what happened. In 2019, my husband got sick, and I literally had to face the fact that I needed to understand more of the business side so that I could balance out what I knew with the creative side. And in doing so, it actually made me more confident with the business that we were running, because if there was something that needed to be taken care of, I stepped into a role that I had to learn quick, fast, and in a hurry so that the business would not falter. And in doing so, as things began to work based on decisions I was making from the business side, the confidence and courage to do other things from that direction were growing and building within my space and within my core. So it's important for you to understand that while you are the esthetician who thrives and flourishes in your treatment room, or the aromatherapist and handmade beauty artisan that loves building your blends and scents and butters, balancing out how to literally run your business is going to give you a stronger foundation than staying in the creator mode side. You don't have to give it up. You just have to find the balance so that you can thrive even more so with your business. So here's what happens when you stay in creator mode. One, you can lose a lot of money. We spent time going to trade shows and conferences and workshops. And while it was good in the sense that we made contacts and connections in terms of being able to talk to other people who were in the space that we were in, found vendors at different trade shows, were able to talk to other people who were just starting their businesses. So we had an exchange and were able to learn from each other in that sense. But in doing so, it didn't move the needle revenue-wise because I had no clue as to what was going on, especially when my husband got sick. So the first thing you do is stop wasting money and start putting a system in place. Learn how to put a system in place so that your business can grow. It also puts you in a space of wasting time. If you spend years creating products, tweaking products, but what you're doing is not moving the needle when it comes to building revenue for your company, you're wasting more time, and that's costing you more money. There's also burnout. Oh my God. You are like an octopus trying to do so many things, and it can wear you down. It can wear you down to the point where you begin to doubt whether or not you're in the right place and you've made the right decision to start this business overall. You don't want to have that voice coming up, that naysay voice that says, oh, I'm not cut out for this. This isn't what I wanted it to be. And I'm not good enough for this. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's just a matter of finding balance with the business side so that you that developed a product line, whether you made it by hand or not, or you purchased it from a vendor as resale, That takes energy, that takes thought process, and that takes a lot of research to put something in place that you'll be proud of as a business owner. So what does fixing that look like? Instead of working on creating a different product, spend more time on learning about business systems and how to put things in place. Spend more time on understanding who your audience is, who you're selling to, and what problem you're going to solve with your product. If you're a handmade beauty artisan and you know that your body butter is going to help with dry skin, or you know that your exfoliant is going to help remove dead skin cells and create a smoother, softer skin, then that becomes the solution to someone's problem who is challenged with that very thing. You're going to walk them through the steps of how to use it, what your skin will feel like, what it will look like, the benefits of the ingredients inside that will help them want to achieve that radiant glow to their skin by exfoliating dead skin cells. If it's dry skin, then your body butter is going to help them by relieving the ash and showing them just by looking that the skin looks more supple, it looks softer, and more importantly, they can feel it with their fingertips. And as the skin begins to change, that's even better because now they will see results. And I really want to stress, not everything happens overnight with these results. So those are things that you want to make sure you convey to your clients as well. It's not a quick fix. We're talking skin here that may have been challenged for years. We've talked about staying in creator mode and how it keeps you stuck, so to speak, or at least not being able to move forward. With Beauty Business Blueprint, we've created this environment and this space to help you work through being stuck in that creator mode. And what will happen when you become part of our community is you will learn how to write your content so that it speaks to your audience and speaks truth to them so that they can sort of pick up the vibration of how you're delivering your message and hear what you're actually saying that's going to help them. We'll also be able to help you avoid mistakes quicker than we did. We've sort of gone through a lot of the murk and the mud, so we'll be able to help you work through those particular aspects of not being stuck and move yourself forward. We'll also be able to help you avoid wasting money. You want to be able to do things with your money that's going to help you move your business forward. So click the link in the subscription box and join us inside Beauty Business Blueprint so that we can actually help you take your business to the next level. One mistake that professionals make, and it's a big one, is not taking your business serious, not treating it as a business and treating it more like a hobby or a craft. Move forward. You've got this. You can start thinking and moving yourself into a completely different world if you just take your time, allow us to help you, and move your business into a space where revenue becomes part of your everyday cycle. So until next time, thank you for joining us at Beauty Business Blueprint, and we'll see you then. Take care.